Support for an Oklahoma teacher walkout is growing. President Donald Trump fires the Secretary of State and the plans for the first food truck park in Norman. This is OU Nightly. Good evening and welcome to OU Nightly. I'm Lauren Linville.
And I'm Storme Jones. Support for Oklahoma teachers who are planning a walkout is growing tonight. This map from the Oklahoma Education Association shows the number of school districts that have passed resolutions in support of teachers stopping their work. This includes most of the state's major districts as well as some small towns.
If those Oklahoma teachers walk out, they might not be alone. Plans are underway for state employees to join the teachers on April 2nd, all of them looking for a pay raise. The Oklahoma Public Employees Association approved the development of a plan for work stoppages by state employees who share similar frustrations with teachers.
They're just tired. They have come to the Capitol and talked to legislators for years. Legislators have patted them on the back and said, well, we appreciate what you do, but yet they don't want to make the pay. So they're frustrated and they were ready to take a little harder action than they have in the past.
Teachers aren't the only ones who have been feeling pinched by the state legislator lately. Currently, those employed by the state of Oklahoma make 25% less than their counterparts in the private sector. OPEA is asking for $2,500 in raises for each state employee, plus the restoration of funding for state agencies. The OPEA will present the plan back to its board within the next few days, and after the board's approval, it will announce its plans concerning the work stoppage before the scheduled April 2nd walkout. Despite nearly 40 school districts across Oklahoma passing resolutions to support a teacher strike, senior legislators are not buying it. Will Cornelius has more on how the looming school shutdown is being addressed at the Capitol.
That's right, Lauren. A group of students from Cache visited the Capitol to speak with Representative Jeff Cootie about the problems facing Oklahoma educators. During the discussion, he did not seem optimistic about being able to allocate the funds to raise teacher pay. When he was asked about teachers walking out, Cootie had this to say.
Really, honestly, it's akin to extortion. It's probably not doable, and you all are going to suffer as a result of it.
The demands from the Oklahoma Education Association include an $800 million in new spending for public schools and healthcare and a $10,000 pay raise for the teachers. Stay with OU Nightly for updates on the looming teachers strike. Storme, back to you at the desk.
Thanks for following that, Will. And joining public employees and school teachers, OU faculty and staff are showing their support. Carson Williams joins us now to show us how OU is taking on the state's biggest issue.
OU's Faculty Senate now has a committee that's discussing potential involvement in the state's upcoming teacher walkout. The Faculty Senate is 50 members of regular faculty that has the power to initiate any legislation with the approval of the Board of Regents. The committee will write a statement in support for teachers and public employees that will be sent out to the rest of the Faculty Senate. Now, the university sent OU Nightly a statement on the matter saying, "We are monitoring the developments related to a potential teacher walkout. The university supports the right of the faculty to make their voices heard in this matter." Now, after the statement is sent out, there will be a meeting March 26 to finalize plans. If state legislature does not increase funding for education and other state employee salaries by April 1st, Oklahoma teachers will hold a walkout on April 2nd. Storme, back to you.
And another wild day in Washington, D.C. as the president fires Secretary of State Rex Tillerson. Nicole Nielsen joins us live from the News Center with details on that. Nicole?
That's right, Storme. President Trump fired Secretary of State Rex Tillerson this morning via Twitter. Tillerson is being replaced by current director of the CIA Mike Pompeo, allowing Gina Haspel to step into her new role as the first female director of the CIA. Tillerson was asked to resign on Friday by a White House official, warning him that Trump would otherwise fire and replace him. When Tillerson didn't step aside, Trump tweeted the change in staff.
At the end of the day, I'm delegating all responsibilities of the Office of the Secretary to Deputy Secretary of State Sullivan. My commission as Secretary of State will terminate at midnight, March the 31st.
Undersecretary of State Steve Goldstein was also fired today regarding comments he made about Tillerson. This follows yesterday's dismissal of Trump's personal aide, John McEntee. Aside from his staff adjustments, Trump is celebrating a draft Republican report from the House Intelligence Committee that states their conclusion that there was no coordination between Trump's campaign and Russia. After a year-long investigation, Texas Representative Mike Conway announced that all interviews have concluded and that the committee will share the report with Democrats today.
Of course, we voiced our concerns. We've given the majority the names of witnesses that were key individuals that were never brought before the committee that we needed to bring in. We gave them lists of documents that we should be subpoenaing, records, for example, from Twitter, direct communications.
Though Democrats on the other side of the aisle plan to counter the Republicans' conclusion with ample evidence of collusion, according to the Democrats of the committee. And protesters in San Diego turned out today to remind President Trump Mexico does not plan to pay for the new border wall. The president inspected prototypes for the wall today, and while he was there, protesters from Mexico gathered honking car horns and shouting "No wall." This is President Trump's first visit to California since being elected. California officials have refused to help federal agents detain and deport illegal immigrants. And prosecutors say that they will seek the death penalty against the accused Florida school shooter, even though his attorneys say he will plead guilty if his life is spared. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thank you, Nicole. And although students will be on spring break soon and OU's campus was supposed to remain open, the campus will close the first 2 days of spring break for electrical maintenance and water infrastructure repairs. The university says the outage will not affect students living on campus who are staying here over spring break.
Well, Storme, it's starting to feel a little bit more like spring outside.
Just in time for spring break?
Yes.
All right, Marisa, what can you tell us?
That's right, guys. It is starting to finally feel like spring. Around the country, there's some action going on the West Coast, and the East Coast is seeing even more snow. That is a continuing story with them. But here in Oklahoma, it's pretty calm. A little scattered showers in the western side of the state today, but otherwise it's been pretty calm here in Oklahoma. And we will have a warm front, not a cold front, a warm front coming in the next couple of days. Some rain chances and finally spring temperatures, but I'll have all the details coming up.
Thank you, Marisa. Well, still to come on OU Nightly, wait until you hear what one Norman dentist is adding to his new practice.
Plus, what's behind the addition of not one, but 2 new places to study here in Norman. Stay with us. And welcome back to OU Nightly. Chain retail stores are closing as online shopping rises.
Collin Kennedy has more in Money Matters on how this battle is becoming local. Collin.
That's right, guys. And Norman is starting to feel the effects of that struggle. Norman is already losing one retail chain and could lose another. Toys R Us on Ed Noble Parkway is heading out of town as Toys R Us is reportedly restructuring its debt. Now, according to Bloomberg, Claire's is expected to file bankruptcy unless the company sets a plan to reorganize. The outcome of the situation will likely decide whether or not the Claire's in Sooner Mall stays open. President Trump has someone in mind to succeed Gary Cohn as his top economic advisor. Trump is strongly considering CNBC's senior contributor Larry Kudlow. Trump says that Kudlow, an advocate of free trade, is a longtime friend and an early supporter. Kudlow also served in the Office of Management and Budget during Ronald Reagan's administration. And Dick's Sporting Goods is disappointed in its holiday sales. The drop in numbers is due in part by the weak demand for previously hot brands like Under Armour. The company CEO also said the change in its firearm policy, which ended the sale of guns to people under 21, will likely hurt future sales as well. In order to recover, though, the company plans to give more store space to private label brands. Guys, normally I would end my Money Matters segment with a witty little line and we talk a little something, but we need to address the elephant in the room. Today is Lauren Linville's birthday.
Oh my gosh.
And we got this little birthday card. I made it myself. It looks like it's an 8-year-old's, but it's okay. On the inside, I got everyone to sign it on the production team and the crew. And it says, Money Matters, but so does your birthday, and I got you a $1. So
Collin, thank you.
there
You
you
just made
go.
my day.
Happy birthday, Lauren.
That's the sweetest.
Hopefully you get more money than that.
Well, let's hope, but who knows?
All right. Thanks, Collin. Norman Dentist is building a brand new location with a tasty twist. OU Nightly's Mandy Lee has more.
Dr. Gabriel Bird plans to continue his dental practice here in Norman with a brand new building on Main Street. Not only will this location serve as his new office, It will also provide the public with some tasty treats. Dr. Bird is planning on turning the parking lot into a food truck park called Tully, named after the old lumber yard in which it is replacing. The park will feature up to 4 food trucks at a time and maybe even some live music. This $1.9 million project will be the first official food truck park here in Norman and is funded entirely out of Dr. Bird's pockets. While they have not officially set a date yet, Tully will soon be open to the public, but the new dental office will take about a year to complete. Reporting from Main Street here in Norman, Mandy Lee, OU Nightly.
And the city of Norman approved Dr. Bird's plan in November, and they officially broke ground on the project last month.
While Norman locals are used to construction, the population is growing and infrastructure has to keep up. The city is building 2 new public libraries to accommodate the new technology and high traffic the current Norman West and Central libraries have. The new 3-story Central branch will take the place of the current one and will be just north of Andrews Park, while there will be a new small community library called the East Branch. Right now, construction crews are ahead of schedule. The East Branch is set to open this summer, and the Central branch is set for a late 2018 open. Because the East Branch is entirely new, there's something special about it.
And the East Side Library on East Alameda, when we open, every book in there will be brand new. So we're not moving books from here to that library. We order the whole collection brand new, and it gets shipped to us in boxes.
Little John says right now there's an idea to have children line up from the old Central branch through Andrews Park to the new building once it opens to celebrate the library's growth and transition. Well, still ahead on OU Nightly, the chance for a red carpet movie premiere in a college town.
And Marisa is standing by with weather.
That's right, guys. It's beautiful out right now, but it's going to be warming up in the next couple of days. All the details coming up next. Welcome back to OU Nightly. We're taking a live look outside right now with our Norman cam. It is beautiful outside. The current temperature is 58 degrees, but we still have those winds out of the northwest, making it a little bit chilly with those cool north winds. And those north winds are throughout most of the state. But if we look out to the panhandle, we see the winds are trying to shift and they're trying to move and become out of the south. Throughout the state right now, though, beautiful temperatures. For tonight, it is going to cool down to only about 42 degrees, so we aren't going to be getting down to freezing. No more frost on your windshield in the morning. So throughout the state, not quite hitting freezing, 35 here in Norman. And as we go throughout the night, we can see that those winds starting to shift from out of the south, and that's going to be key moving into the next couple of days. Walking out the door tomorrow, very chilly, 35, but those winds are starting to shift southwest, getting up to 64 by 5 p.m. tomorrow. And throughout the state, that trend is going to continue. Sunny skies, and we're right around normal for this time of year. Now, let's take a look at how these temperatures are going to change the next couple of days. We have a low pressure system that's going to come in the next couple of days. It should be into our area around Wednesday and to Thursday morning. And we see this warm mass of air is going to move into our area overnight on Thursday, which is going to change a lot. It's going to change the winds, and it's going to bring our temperatures for Friday up into the mid to upper 70s. So this is a little bit different than what we're used to, and as this low pressure moves off, some colder air is going to come in behind it, and that's going to decrease our temperatures again on Saturday. And a little chance of rain is going to come with that low pressure system. So as we move through Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to stay dry, but then Thursday evening, the panhandle is going to see some scattered showers, and those are going to move across the state overnight on Thursday, and very, very early in the morning. Tulsa might see some sprinkles through the very early morning hours. But here in Norman, we should stay dry. Tomorrow in Norman, sunny skies, those mild temperatures, those winds are going to shift to be out of the south, warming us up, but the winds will increase and start to become more gusty on Thursday. But for tonight, if we're celebrating Lauren's birthday tonight, it is going to be beautiful. Those winds might be a little cold, gusty out of the north, but the temperatures are going to be in the 40s tonight, so it looks like it'll be a nice night to go out to dinner, have a nice birthday dinner.
Good, I'm glad. I am looking forward to some rain, though.
Yeah, we do need a little bit of rain, but maybe not here in Norman.
Okay. All right, thanks, Marisa.
Well, Storme, the pigskin is back in Norman. Isn't that right, Austin?
That's right, Lauren. Spring football is underway, and last night Russell Westbrook records his 99th triple-double. Don't go anywhere. Sports is next. Welcome back. As Oklahoma managed to earn a spot in the tournament, they'll have a lot to prove in the first round. Waiting for them will be a Rhode Island team who finished among the top of their conference. A first-round win would be big for OU as they hit a downward spiral at the end of the season. Trae Young and the Sooners will look to silence the critics with a win on Thursday. As for the women, they also punched their way into the tournament, making it their 19th straight appearance. The Sooners will face the DePaul Blue Demons in the first round Friday morning. DePaul edged out Oklahoma 111 to 108 back in November. OU will look to avenge their loss and move on to the second round. And spring football is officially underway. Josh Callaway joins us now with more.
It's football time in Oklahoma. Kinda. Spring practices are up and running, and the number one question surrounding the team is pretty obvious. No Baker Mayfield. The Heisman Trophy winner is off to the NFL, and the quarterback situation is now somewhat up in the air. The team, although, says it's just business as usual without number 6, and that all the quarterbacks on the roster are just ready and waiting for their shot.
It doesn't feel that much different. You know, it's still just it's now, you know, new team with new guys there, and so your focus is just trying to get those guys better, you know. So my focus is just on the people that we have.
Catching passes is always my thing, but being with 6 is even better. But he's out there doing his thing in the upper division. Really, nothing has ever changed with the chemistry as far as quarterback. I just lost one. Obviously, that's a big difference, but I would go in rotation with all of them.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Like
if I'm the guy, then I'm ready for it. I mean, I'm sure Kyler, Tanner as well. I mean, if we're the guy, we're all going to be ready for it. Like I said, we're not going to make the moment bigger than it is.
The QB battle will obviously be a key thing to watch going throughout spring practices right up to the spring game on April the 14th from OU Gaylord Memorial Stadium. Josh Callaway, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Josh. OU baseball is at home tonight as they host Texas Southern. Oklahoma is currently 10-7 for the season, winning 4 of their last 5. The Sooners shut down Texas A&M Corpus Christi in their first 3 games, but fell short in the 4th after getting run-ruled 14-4 on Sunday. The Oklahoma City Thunder defeated the Sacramento Kings last night 106-101. Anthony and George both finished with 21 points as Westbrook added another triple-double, making him just one shy of 100. Up next for the Thunder will be an Atlanta Hawk team that is currently at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. OKC has won their last 3 and will look to make it 4 straight with a win tonight. And as NFL free agency begins tomorrow, some teams are already making moves. Kirk Cousins will likely head down to Minnesota, signing a 3-year deal with the Vikings. Former Vikings quarterback Case Keenum is expected to sign with the Broncos, and former Sooner Sam Bradford agreed to a 1-year deal with the Cardinals. I just want to get you all's thoughts on what do you all think about Sam Bradford being in Arizona?
I think it'll be a good fit. I mean, I don't know. It's surprising. Actually, I have a lot of friends who have been Cardinals fans, and I know they're excited about this because Sam Bradford, OU, Cardinals.
Absolutely. Hot
combined.
summers.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be good.
All right, thank you. So to come on OU Nightly, Warner Brothers is looking for the college with the most school spirit. Stay with us.
I'm Cal Day at the Update Desk. Oklahoma State Senate Bill 1120 was unsuccessful in the State House after failing to receive 25 votes. The bill would have legalized and regulated medical marijuana in the state. Senator Irvin Yen, the bill's sponsor, has put the measure on a procedural motion for reconsideration of the vote. Regardless, Oklahoma voters are headed to the polls June 26 to vote on State Question 788, which would legalize medical marijuana. Back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks for following that for us, Cal. Warner Brothers is giving college campuses around the nation a chance to make their city the life of the party. The company is holding a competition to see which college has the best school spirit. The prize, a local red carpet premiere of Melissa McCarthy's new movie, Life of the Party. Those interested can post a photo on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram showing school spirit and using the hashtag Life of the Party premiere. The submission period ends at 11:59 on Wednesday, March 21st. I think we got a Life of the Party here.
I know. I mean, yesterday they came out that the Sooner Schooner was like top in college traditions. So I think that we've got a chance.
And with Lauren's birthday tonight, definite Life of the Party around
All the spirit
Norman.
is heightened today, so we might as well try out.
It really is. Well, what do you have for the weather?
Well,
for
guys,
today?
I if you guys have been keeping up with the weather on the East Coast, they have had 3 nor'easters in the past 2 weeks. So here's some side-by-side views of all of the different snow cyclones, basically, that have been dumping snow on the Northeast for the past couple of weeks. And if we're going to keep talking about weather, tonight, again, it's going to be beautiful, and it's not going to get to freezing, so no more frost on the windshield. It's going to be a beautiful night tonight. Again, happy birthday, Lauren.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
Marisa.
so much.
And thank you for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.